All right, guys, this is probably the most anticipated build from Pro Touring Concepts, I'd say. We've got a few more YouTube videos coming out soon of some other really notable, really cool cars, but for us, this one takes the cake. It's an import from Kuwait. A really cool guy over in Kuwait approached us about 18 months ago and decided that he would put his 76 series on a plane and send it over to us to completely carry out a restoration of his 76. It did have a few bits and pieces on it prior, but when it landed with us, we had completely stripped it apart and went to town on it. There's some really cool, funky features in this car from stock form in the UAE. I'll show you, I'll try and put in a few slides of some of the original spec parts that came on this car. It's really quite cool. But anyway, I'm going to go through a full rundown of what we've done here. Pro Touring style. It's just a really cool car. This one's going to go back on a plane very shortly and make headlines on some of the dunes over there. And I'm hoping to get over there and do an intro and a video with the owner of this car on some sand dunes. It's going to be really cool. It sounds mint. It looks the part. It's interesting, definitely being on the left-hand side of a car on Australian roads, but this thing is super comfy, super drivable. So I'm going to start at the front. It is it's a 2020 model VDJ 76, so it is still a diesel, turbo diesel V8 4.5 litre. There are some quirky things like the 70th anniversary features that are actually sort of standard on the cars over there, including the little bonnet emblem. That's pretty cool. We've done an ATD bumper replacement on here, colour coded. The whole thing has got a clear PPF wrap on it, just to protect it. And it comes up, it actually boosts that sandy sort of mustard bum colour a little bit more. It sort of gives it a little bit more of a glimmer and a shine. So we've got the worn VR 12,000 pound winch in there as well. The standard little steady LED light bars. It's sitting on a 3-inch coil conversion from JMax. So we're running the manual adjust alpha 2.5 remote resis. On a 3-inch lift, we're running 295 70/17 tyres, so sort of 33.5-inch tyre. It's a good combination for this shorter wheelbase car. If you sort of start to go too tall and too big on the tyre on a shorter wheelbase, they can sort of get a bit rolly and a little bit top heavy. So 3-inch on 33.5s is like the perfect for a 76 series, we believe. We've got the Safari RMAX snorkel, colour-coded flares, obviously our bonnet decals. I'm going to pop the bonnet and get the full suite of DPU goodies, including a few custom bits and pieces. So standard block, high flow DPU core. We've got twin thermo fans, sealed airbox. We're running a G333 ball bearing turbo, rail blanks, a few other bits and pieces, and we're also running a short shift gearbox, which is wicked. I'll show you some videos of that soon when we get into the interior. This thing, it's running around 900 Newton meters at the treads. It is a little bullet. It's extremely quick and a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun on the sand dunes. So itching to see the footage of it over there, as I said before. Come around here, mate. We've got Rhino Pioneer platform on top, LED light bar. We've got a right-hand side destination forward drive 270 awning, so it wraps around the opposite way. Camp lights on the side, as usual. Clear view mirrors. We do actually change these to suit left-hand drive. Clearview do export mirrors to countries with left-hand drive vehicles, so you can option the mirrors. The way that the mirrors actually work is a little bit different to a right-hand drive car. So fat bars, side steps on the bottom with the Raptor coating, color-coded bars on the bottom as well. Actually, I'll keep walking around the outside and then I'll jump into the interior. So Method 312 neg 12s, and we've got a Long Ranger diesel tank under there. We've also got a 40-litre stainless steel water tank. We've got the little Arc Earth outlets. This one's just got a SIG, a USB-C and an Anderson plug in there. Thorburns rear bar, colour-coded. The destination gear bag, dirty gear bag. Good bit of kit, we like them. We've got the Mission 4x4 storage rack on top. They're sort of like light load, like 20 kilo rated, but they're good enough for a little bit of firewood or a storage tub with, put more bits and pieces up there. And then in the back, this is incredible. This is really cool. So it's a load of drawers system that we worked with them on getting this design. We've got a little lift out here. This is for a drop-in sink. The sink lives underneath here. And then on this side, we've got a Induction cooktop. There's the full storage drawer. Powering this system is our 200 amp lithium system, Red Arc, Red Vision Rogue unit, the Alpha Manager charger, and a 200 amp lithium battery. So that powers up the induction and all of our auxiliary lighting as well. We've got the UAE spec outlets over there, a USB outlet. We've got a twin ARB compressor down inside the quarter panel, a little lift up hatch to access the battery at the back, and a 55 litre chest fridge freezer from Dometic. That goes away. We've still got a pretty good bit of storage. If you wanted to remove the fridge, this little panel here, this drops on. If you want to pull the fridge out, we can put that as a flat platform across, so you've got a big amount of storage up in there. Nice reupholstered side trims, dig that, just adds a little bit of a nicer touch to it. We've got a little water tank gauge as well for a 40 litre water tank, Airbag Man digital inflation gauge, so we can manually control the airbag pressures just there. We've got a little camp light up here. It's a Pro Touring colour changing one, orange, white. Orange is great for camping, obviously, just keeps the bugs down. This is a new gen Thorburn, so it has all the new latches. They look really trick. And I remember to put them on the Troopy actually. They look the part. Coming around here, mate, the barbecue box. This is the original style barbecue box, so it does fit the original mini Weber Q, but this won't be used for a barbecue. This is just general storage, as we found with the Troopy as well. It's great to just have the extra storage on the outside of the car. We didn't go with the lift up windows on this build. The client didn't want them. You can obviously change these out for the lift up windows, but it does look pretty sleek as it is. In here we've got the water outlet, the breather for the tank, and a backup solar inlet as well. Destination shower ensuite, obviously on this side, so you can put your shower rose straight in, plug it in from there. You've got your big ensuite here. Perfect for camping, makes it nice and convenient and easy. I'm going to jump inside and talk about the interior. So we've got in the back here, it is a factory bench seat, Toyota bench seat. I'll pull that key out. It's a factory Toyota bench seat that we have actually reupholstered in the matching leather for the Recaros, bit of Recaro embroidery in it. Quite often we actually put new cushions and stuff in the bases of these, so this is completely different to a standard bench that you would get in a 76. It is super comfortable. We did the same thing in our Troopy. 8,500 Ks around Australia in that, and that mid-row seat is just mint. It is so comfortable. So this is worth, for you guys that are carrying passengers in the mid-row or the back seat of your dual cab 79, reupholster them, put some new cushions in them, and it's like, it comes up $1 million. So we've got the Bushman 15 litre fridge freezer in the middle, nice and convenient for the drivers or the people in the back to get to. Got some LED map lights, the big T-shape roof console from Department. We've got a big LED touch light there and little individual map lights back here. We've also changed the light back here to an LED as well, touch LED. And we can actually pivot this forward. You can see here, hang on, I'll just lift this up like that. And you've got the 2000 watt Red Arc inverter, Rogue digital switching unit down there, a couple of main circuit breakers. Super cool, very impressive. The boys have done a good job. And starting at, obviously the doors, all the doors have our usual Department of the Interior premium door cards, reupholstered, black, everything's blacked out. It looks sick. We've pulled the whole dash apart in this car and repainted everything black. So all the dash panels, all your notable pieces, all your things, your steering surrounds, all in here, your dash cluster plastics, both sides, all your glove box plastics, everything pretty much plastic other than going up onto the roof. We've painted 2-pack black just to go with all the trim. It's come up $1 million. This is the PVS steering wheel. That's the PVS head unit as well. Client had already ordered that one, so we've got that integrated with the steering wheel. We've got a floor console housing the fridge freezer from Department. This does all work for a left-hand drive car. So our usual safety Dave with a camera system, 2 channels at the tow bar as well. It is definitely funky getting used to having clutches still on the left-hand side, accelerator still on the right-hand side, but on the left-hand side of the car. It's a little bit to get used to, but I'm going to start this up and I'll show you the short shifting of the gearbox. It's essentially, it's bang, that's 1, bang 2, 3, 4. Very, very cool. And it's not too costly. It's quite reasonably priced, around $1,500 to do the short shift. And man, how much easier it is to drive the car. Once you get used to it, it's just, yeah, it's instead of the bigger throws, it's nice. That's a really cool mod. We're pretty stoked with that. In conjunction with the G333, which picks up power so much sooner. It just comes on boost at least another 150 to 200 RPM sooner than the G320, in our opinion. It's just there, it's on all the time. So for a diesel, a 70 series diesel, that G333, in our opinion, is like, it's a winner. It's really, really cool. Very comfortable place to be up here, I must say. It's very nice, good visibility everywhere. The 76, obviously they're a smaller car, like interior wise, very similar room back there to a dual cab 79. The Troopy, the 78, has the most amount of interior room. We think there's like 80 to 100 mil more legroom in the 78, and there's more width too, which is the only reason we did the 78, was just for the kids and that, a bit more interior room. So anyway, that is the crux of this 76 going to Kuwait. Obviously many, many man hours put into this build. The boys have done an insane job putting it all together. So we're going to put up a bunch of photos of this build, the ins and outs, all the mods that we've done to it, and hopefully we're going to share with you some content of it back in Kuwait, taking for a drive and getting some photos on the dunes. So sick. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.